Okay. Can you see the screen? Are we live? Are we live? Okay. We are live. Can you see on
I can't remember.
it? Yeah, we're good. Okay, and I'm sideways. Oh, we have some things to figure out, folks. Hold on one second. Why is it doing this? All right, this is absolutely new for us. Hey, folks, hold on one second. We're just dealing with some technical difficulties right quick, trying to figure out some things here. Always something new here. Always something new here, folks. Give me one more second. See if that will. Yes, the device has been rotated. Hey, what's going on, Justin? Live. Okay. And it's still going back to. All right, folks, we're going to do things a little bit different today. Not sure why we're having these technical difficulties, but it's always fun. Always fun. Hold on one second. Yeah. I see you guys. Hey, thanks. Okay. This is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit different. It may work for folks on phones. I'm not sure why it's doing this way, but hey, Justin, what's going on, Robin? I am doing well. I hope everyone else is doing well. Hey, Dwight, Kevin in the house. Hey, guys, appreciate you being here. Raymond, Paul, Allen. Hey, thanks all of y'all for being here. We got something very important to go over this evening. And I want to make sure you guys get all this information. It's now 9 o'clock. We are going to go ahead and kick things off. For those who are new to the channel, my name is Brian, aka Uncle B, and for the last 20 years, I've been the men's performance coach with African Fly, the liquid aphrodisiac. And so over that time, I just got a lot of information, gained a lot of information, and I want to share that information with you because it's highly important in terms of, guys, with our health. We have to really take care of our health. We have to take care of our fitness. The world is not set up for us to be helpful in terms of, just everything working in our favor. So we have to change things around. So that's what we're looking to do. And so we're going to talk today about the difference between erection health and fitness. The difference between erection health and fitness. A lot of people get this wrong. And especially as people get older, it can be dangerous if you do not understand this. And of course, it does affect your sexual health in terms of just being healthier and being able to continue to be healthy over a long period of time. Hey, what's going on, Karan? Here for the second time. Hey, appreciate you there. Hey, Lord. Hey, I'm glad you love the show and the African Fly. Appreciate that. Couple of quick things, guys. If you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. If you have not hit the like button, please go ahead and do that. We want to make sure we share this information with as many guys as possible because it's very important that you get it. Hey. Derek says he needs to order a few more African Fly. Hey, I appreciate that. I'm glad it's helping so many guys. And I've got some information that's going to help you even further. And today we're going to talk about, if you want to improve your sexual performance and you want your overall health to be better, you have to understand the difference between your health and your fitness. So I'm going to break that down so that you're not making mistakes that I'm going to show you. We got some horrible mistakes that have been made in the past. We're going to go through that. And so we're going to specifically talk about why health is actually more important than fitness. I know a lot of people see things differently, but we're going to break that down. And, as always, if you stick around to the end, we're going to have some type of bonus or something for you. Actually have a big announcement. It's kicking off next week, but it's very important for the guys who are trying to get in contact with me in terms of getting more one-on-one or at least a group information so we can talk, not just, we got dozens of people on the site right now. So obviously sometimes I can't get to all your questions. So let's go ahead and rock and roll, hop into it. The first thing we're going to talk about is a guy named James Fixx. James Fixx. You may know him. This guy was basically the father of jogging. He was basically, back in 1977, people weren't jogging. In the 70s, this was new. There weren't jogging shoes. That's the reason why Nike and Reebok came out, because people started jogging during that time. And this guy introduced it to so many people. He wrote books, got him on the New York bestseller list in 1977. But before that, he was overweight and he was smoking about a pack of cigarettes a day. And he found out about the jogging and he's like, okay, this works for me. He lost 60 pounds. He stopped smoking, released his book. But here's the trick on him. He was already stressed out. He had a lot of stress going on and he was going through a second divorce, something obviously that's very stressful. And also his father died of a heart attack, of a second heart attack at age 43. So he was already aware of his possibility of having a heart attack. So he seriously got into jogging. And of course, over the years, doing all the jogging is going to make his life greater, except at 56, he died of a heart attack. I'm sorry, 52. He died of a heart attack while jogging. The father of jogging died while jogging. Now, why would that happen? First thing people will say, the old science would say, is that, oh, okay, well, you were stressed out. So the stress did it, the second divorce and that. And plus, he had a family history of it. And the truth of the matter is, it wasn't, the stress obviously didn't help. But when it comes down to it, guys, if you're not healthy, you're eating the wrong things, then just jogging is not going to fix it. Just working out is not going to fix it. So he inherited his father's diet. Like most of us do, is like you're growing up and you're just eating this, whatever they ate, you ate type of thing. You grew up to love your mom's cooking. And, if it was meat based, you just loved it. You just keep on going with it. And what ended up happening with him? Clogged arteries, 3 clogged arteries, one at 95%, the other one at 85%, and another one the third at 70%. So basically the blood flow was supposed to be going through here, and it was all the way closed like that. So no blood going to the heart, problems. And he died. And so the story behind him is that, you can't just, I'm just going to jog. I'm just going to do things without paying attention to my health. So that's the thing you have to understand about fitness, why it's so important. And so when the first thing when people, see someone is like, oh, they out of shape, they need to go work out. You can damage yourself. There's people who's like, I'm going to take a hot dog and go jogging. That doesn't make any sense. Your body has to be able to function in order for you to move smoothly without incident. So here's the difference. Fitness is the condition of being physically fit and healthy. Okay, you need both. Healthy is the state of being free from illness or injury. You get that difference. And people see the outside of a person and, we're going to say, hey, this person is fit. Or the same person could actually be very unhealthy on the inside. And why is that important? Is because you could get what I call Isaac Hayes, which is basically Isaac Hayes, well-known composer, did the Shaft music. He was doing his thing. He was a chef on South Park, for guys who watch Cartoon Network. He died of a stroke next to the treadmill. That's got to be an awful feeling. You like, I'm getting in shape. And that was it. We lost a great one because he focused in on fitness before realizing like, hey, you know what? If you're eating a bunch of the wrong things, you haven't worked out in a while, you just decide that I'm going to work out, you're going to run into some problems. It's either going to be muscular problems, like you're going to strain a calf muscle or something like that, or it could be internal because your heart's a muscle and it's clogged up. It's going to have some issues. So once again, that's an example of trying to get fit without getting healthy first. So your health makes up a majority, what we talk about here. We're talking about, your health, overall health. Shout out to Bobby. Shout out to Damon the Mass Shop. Good to see you again, brother. Kevin. Hey, African Fly is available in Europe. Hey, Bobby. Robin, we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, just back to this, in terms of your erection health, the majority of your erection health is your health. It's what you're consuming, what's on the inside of your body. So the 80-20 rule applies to this, that 80% of your erection is your health and 20% is your fitness. And you see this all the time because you see completely out of shape dudes having babies. So, yeah. But here's the thing. For guys who want to have children, the healthier you are, the better it is for the child. You only have one shot. If me personally, if I'm going through the process like, oh yeah, we want to have a child, then I know I have to get the healthiest I could possibly be. We could look at the extremes of it. It's like if I'm smoking crack, smoking meth, and I'm making a baby, is that the best of me? Obviously not. So there is a difference. It does make a difference. So on the sexual performance scale, you can reach an 8 out of 10 just by being healthy. Obviously, it's much better if you have your fitness going along because you can be healthy. My erections are good. I can last a long time, but I get tired. My muscles is like, when you're on top, it's like planks. you run out of energy and you just collapse. It's not a good thing. It's like, yeah, I still have an erection, but I'm breathing hard. It's not a good thing. You cannot reach your peak of a 9 or a 10 without having both. You need to have both. And the reason for this is inflammation. So when you're eating food, it causes a level of inflammation in your body. In the movie Game Changers, I always mention Game Changers. I highly recommend that you see that movie. We have Derek Morgan. He's a former NFL football player for the Tennessee Titans, been there for 9 years. And he started changing up his diet plan and removing meat because he was concerned about inflammation. Within the National Football League, you have 100% chance of being injured unless you're the water boy. That's about it. Kickers get injured. All types of injuries happen just working out. You can pull a hamstring, things like that. If your inflammation levels are high, it means it's easier for that to happen. So he was looking to lower his blood pressure and his cholesterol. That went down. But the biggest deal for him was the inflammatory markers. So exactly what is an inflammatory marker? There's certain proteins that are produced by your liver that are released into the bloodstream. And the one that, we won't get too scientific on it, but it's high sensitivity C reactive protein. That's what's released. And with the release of that into your bloodstream, it does two things. One, it increases your chances of having erectile dysfunction. And two, it helps increase your inflammation. So if your inflammation markers are already high, then you risk more injury. So guys, think of it like this. If you go eat crap, you go eat crap and you go work out. Let's say the most weirdest of inflammation, alcohol. Let's say you just go drink a 40 ounce and then take a jog. Are you going to feel sick? Of course. You got poison in you. Plus all that poison is causing a lot of inflammation, a lot of issues. So the more you have that inflammation in your body, the more damage you can do to yourself. So you have to be very careful. There's a lot of guys, including, to be honest, transparent, my mother. The last time she went to, she's older and she needs to, get in shape, but she overdid it. And it caused her injuries that she's still recovering from 2 years later. So this is a serious thing, especially for, guys who are like, I'm going into whatever athletic event. You get older and you're thinking like, oh yeah, I can just bounce back. It's like, no, you have to really pay attention to your health. Hey, that's a good question, Kevin. I'll get to that in just a second. But let me just go ahead and say this. There are millions of other people who are out there who are like James Fixx, who are like Isaac Hayes. You don't have to do that. Make sure you take care of the inside before you start worrying about the outside. It's not just your appearance. And I'm just going to say this because a lot of people often say, there are people who are they're vegan, they're vegetarian, they're plant eaters, and they look frail. Well, they look frail when they were eating meat. That has nothing to do with you working out. It can reflect, your health can reflect on the outside, but people say, well, if I'm going to give up meat, then I need to have a six pack. That's not going to happen. You still have to go to the gym and work out. So meat consumption increases the inflammation markers, and a plant-based diet lowers it. And just to bring it home, once again from the movie Game Changers, we had 3 college football players who were tested overnight. During one day, they ate a meat-based meal for dinner, and the other night they had a plant-based meal. And the difference in their erection frequencies and the difference in their number of the size of their erections overnight. Typically, overnight you have 5 erections. They lasted much longer. The erections were off of the vegan meal went up 8% larger, and on the erection time it went up from 300 to 500%. So there is a huge reason when it comes to your erections for you to avoid meat. And I get it. It's like we've grown up believing that, okay, this guy's over there eating. He's eating meat. That means that, he's going to be able to get some tonight. And it's like, he's going to sleep. That's all that's going to happen. So you have to be very careful. And there is that big difference of the fact that the veins in your penis are the smallest in your body. And so, if you have inflammation here, you have, blocked arteries, it is affecting your penis first. And it's an indication that you already have some more issues coming. So, yeah, good questions, fella. We'll get back to you in a second. So let me just go ahead and wrap this up. So, when we talk about fitness, condition of being physically fit and healthy, make sure you have the healthy part in there. Healthy is a state of being free from illness or injury. So if you're eating bad, you have an illness, then you're not healthy enough to just jump out there and start working out intensely, or sometimes they say check with your doctor. That's the reason why. You want to make sure you're healthy so you don't just go out there and cause more injuries. If your inflammation markers are already high, then you risk injury of exercise from exercising. And of course, eating meat increases those markers, where plant-based diets decreases those markers. So that's a very important message, guys. We have to be very careful now because at different ages, at different stages of the American life, I know we have people from all over the world, but it's like all of a sudden you just have more and more and more meat at every meal. You look around, it's like 97% of the restaurants around me have meat. That's incredible. But if you're consuming it and you're trying to exercise, it's going to cause some problems. So let me go ahead and hit some folks up. All right. Charles Jones. Hey, how's it going, man? Not turning vegan, dude. Plus, when I was on the keto diet and started losing weight, I noticed an improvement in that department. Okay. I have no problem with that. Different people work in different ways. I don't push this on you. However, you said that you don't have problems. You're here, but that's sort of confusing. But if you don't have problems, then keep on going. However, be aware that your body is just like everybody else's body. At some point, if you're putting death into your body, it's going to show up. This isn't like an argument or something like that. I mean, and to be honest, I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that, but it's like, there's too many humans on this planet and some of us got to go. So if you volunteer to go ahead and eat as much meat as possible, and okay, I ain't mad at you. I understand. I used to eat 200 animals a month. I got sick and messed with my body. For you, you may be that 1 in a million guy who is not a problem. Pay attention. If you can look at the last video, I talked about food injuries. Just pay attention to what you eat and the effects of it. It seems like you're, education is always key. I appreciate that, Charles. I appreciate that. So everyone's going to die, dude. You don't have to die painfully. That's the only thing. Dying from a heart attack, diabetes, stroke, dementia, all of those different things have been proven by the World Health Organization, not the United States of America. So, I mean, I get it. Charles, I'm with you. It took me a while to get that education, and I'm still going through it myself. It's like, I'm not saying I'm perfect at any stretch of imagination. I I've come across, some folks who've checked out my videos, come across them in the street, and fortunately they saw me walking around with a salad. They didn't see me walking around with a chicken bone, like, uh, I'm human. I'm human. It's like I've cut back a great deal, but yeah. Charles, approaching 40 in 2 years. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. Just letting you know, at 49, things flip. And they can flip fast. So let me just go through. We have any specific questions? If you have any specific questions, go ahead and hit me up right now. Got a lot of questions about Africa. Oh, there we go. Kevin Lamberts, is being in a caloric deficit and working out a lot and intense also inflammatory? All right. If you're in a caloric deficit and working out a lot, you're being healthy. When inflammation happens through a variety of reasons. I mean, when you're doing, you hit yourself, your blood is, white blood cells form to just basically fix things. When you eat something, you have a foreign object going into your body. Your body has to discern what it is. So it goes through the stomach acid to burn off the extra crap, and then it also it goes into the large intestines and starts breaking down some more. But if you're taking things too far, if you're taking things too far, then you're going to run into some problems. So if you're going to be working out, just pay attention to how you feel. Pay attention to the type of workout that you're doing. Are you improving? Are you feeling sluggish? I've gone through and done stupid things myself. What did I do? I did Beachbody Insanity. I was trying to do 2 insanities a day, which was insane. And I bumped. It was like that. I woke up in the morning. It was like, I'm gonna get another exercise in, and I couldn't lift my arm. It was the scariest feeling to hold up, whoa, why isn't this working? So yeah, just pay attention. Pay attention. Cool. Yep. All right, let me just double check on these questions very quick. Eater, hope I'm saying that correct. Where is African Fly available? It is available at africanfly.com. I did want to mention that we've added a section into African Fly that you can go and check out my videos there. We just sort of lined it up just to make it a little bit easier so you don't, in YouTube, you can get sort of lost. So make sure you check it out there. You can order online. We do deliver everywhere that United States Postal Service delivers. So we can get it to you, whatever country you're in. All right, Alan Austin, can you explain real quick again why protein shakes can diminish an erection? The first thing about a protein shake is that it typically has a lot of sugar in it. Sugar lowers your testosterone for a short period of time. The older you are, the more sugar you have, the lower your testosterone is going to be. You can't just keep hitting your body with testosterone. You can't keep hitting your body with sugar every day. It's like, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to go work out, and I'm drinking sugar. That's the first part. The second part is there's a lot of protein. There's way too much protein in what you need. Humans, mother's milk has the least protein of all mammals. So getting it from a cow doesn't make any sense, but we keep on thinking that, we need protein. Guys, the thing to remember is that one of the tricks of marketing, I'm a marketing guy, one of the tricks of marketing is to find something specific and then just ramp it up. That's the reason why, it's like vitamin C, colds. You have a cold, you have to have vitamin C. It was a doctor that just happened to get on TV at some point back in the 60s, and he said it. And everybody just went with it. It's a vitamin C. You got to take vitamin C pills and all this orange juice to prevent colds. It's like, I came out, find out later on, it's like, nah, you just need to take care of a whole bunch of things, but just taking vitamin C isn't going to eliminate you from getting colds. So sometimes people just take things too seriously. Like, I gotta have protein. Think of this. When did your ancestors have a protein shake? Nobody before the 1970s had protein shakes, and they lived. And you don't hear of anyone dying from protein deficiency. So that's those are the things that you have to pay attention to when it comes to those protein shakes. All right, Alan, I hope that answered your question. Uh, all right, Ed, I'm gonna answer you. Hold on. All right, Kevin, I'm gonna get to you in a second. All right, so just want to make sure I'm going down the line on everybody, getting to everybody. Ed Charles, what happens if you use African fly does not show progress? What should you do? Well, there's two things to do. We can look at the other things that's going on in your life in terms of where are you on the sexual performance scale? Are you sitting there at a 5? And nothing's happening, and maybe you're not a 5, maybe you're a 4. Is there a pattern that you're doing? And guys, once again, it's all a pattern. Your body is incredible. It already knows exactly what to do. We just in recent times, just decided that we know better than our bodies. We know better than the earth. We're just going to keep on coming out with stuff. So there is a pattern that all humans have. We call it ESIAS. It is energy. You're going to eat. Sleep, you're definitely going to sleep. Exercise, well, you need to move to get the food or the water. Intermittent fasting, you have to stop eating at some point. You even have a sleep in there to make sure you stop eating. And your soul, how you deal with the world, that stress level, how you're dealing with the world. So all of that is incorporated into, your erections. So if you're fixing that particular pattern, somewhere in that pattern, you're doing something incorrect. And typically for most Americans, it's the energy side. You're not getting energy, you're getting death. When you walk into a grocery store, there are basically an aisle and a half or 2 aisles of live food. Everything else in the store is dead. The crackers are dead. The animals are dead. Damn near the juices are dead. Obviously, the sodas are dead. Just think of everything. You go into your refrigerator and look at it. It's like, is there anything in here alive? Your erections run off of live stuff. Your body runs off of live stuff. It can survive off of dead stuff. So it's important to get that distinction. So we can look at how to fix those things. We're looking to do the group chat. I'm going to talk about that in just a second, Ed. And that way we can a group coaching. So that way we can get to specifics and help each other learn how to take care of our bodies better. You're welcome, Alan. See, Kevin Lambert. Well, I'm feeling okay. Erections could be better, but I'm experiencing a lot of stress from work right now. The working out helps me clear my mind. It helps relieve some of that stress. That is so good, man. It's wonderful. I think we miss out a lot on exercise right now, especially with COVID. People aren't getting out as much as they used to. So that's great that you're doing that. Hey, Juan, how's it going? Oh, man, we got a good question. Ed Charles, can I contact you directly? Hold on a second. At the end, I'm going to give you what we're trying to work out, because I get a lot of that from great guys. I really like to help everybody. So we're trying to figure out how to do that. Eater Maltese. What happens when your erection drops as soon as you put on a condom without one? Everything is good. All right. We actually have a video about that, so go through and check out. Don't know the name of the video off the top of my head, but basically, I call that condom impotence. It's like basically you're taking a piece of plastic, you're putting it over your penis, the most sensitive area of your body. You're putting a piece of plastic over it. So yeah, you're losing the sensitivity. Also, you have to pay attention to the size of it. Is you put it on, is it pinching on it? You're trying to get blood flow to go through there. You're losing the sensitivity, and all of that can equal like I put on a condom, and also if it hasn't felt good in the past, then yeah, that becomes a problem. I would say if it's a problem with your girl, just to make sure that you're communicating like, hey, this is happening. So maybe you guys can figure out something else. I understand the reason for condoms, obviously, but you want to make sure that at least you're communicated well with the person, so they understand what's going on. Otherwise, it's like, I don't understand. Why doesn't he love me? Like, he loves you. Just he got a piece of plastic on. So there we go. I hope that helped. Ed, DB Witty. Okay. How do you cleanse your arteries? Eat fruits and vegetables. That's it. I know a lot of times people are like, well, I need something specific. Your body's already, we keep confusing stuff, making stuff a lot more complicated than it actually is. The stuff that grows out of the ground, once you put a seed in the ground, has some sun, has some water, we can eat that stuff and we can do very well with it. So I hope that answers that question. Just, yeah. Actually, and I do want to share this story because I was talking with a client earlier today. Well, actually, wasn't a client. I was just helping a guy out. But I was talking to a gentleman who had type 2 diabetes, and he asked the question, it's like, okay, I'm having food addiction issues, and what can I do? Because, I can't get the erections, my wife may leave me, et cetera, et cetera. So a couple of things that I was telling him was, one, this is lifelong. It's like he was asking how quickly he could, switch up his diet. And it's like, no, you were doing the wrong thing. Your pattern was wrong. You keep doing that. You can fix yourself. I tell people, it's like, yeah, you can be healed of diabetes. You can't be cured of diabetes. Being cured of diabetes is basically saying that you can't get it again. That's not how your body works. If you go from eating a whole bunch of meat that causes diabetes, you then switch out. It's like, okay, I'm getting rid of the meat. I'm eating I'm doing more fasting, which helps remove diabetes even faster. You can get off the pills. You can check out the comments in some of the videos. There are guys who are doing that. This is a real thing. And then you go back to eating the meat. Yeah, it can come back. Of course it can come back. So remember, this is lifelong health stuff that you have to do. Hey guys, if you're on and you haven't hit that like button, please do. It helps with the algorithm. It helps us get the message out. We have to get the message out to as many guys as possible. All right, Donald Aiken. I'm gonna answer this question. I'm gonna make sure I make this announcement because I know we're running on time and there's a game on. Let's be honest. I'm looking at we don't have as many people in here today. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So Donald, can you use testosterone replacement therapy and African fly? And how much African fly? I would suggest that you do not use testosterone replacement therapy. That is devilish. Your body makes testosterone from what you eat. It produces it on its own. If you have that pattern is off, then your testosterone can be lower. If you have a certain disease, you're taking certain medicine, your testosterone can be lower. If you do testosterone replacement therapy, there's a couple of things you need to understand. One, you're using exogenous testosterone, you're sticking it inside your body. Your body doesn't know what that is. Like, I didn't dial this up. So your body's going to then turn on more estrogen. And so you now have this battle between, I need to take testosterone. Oh, the doctor now says, oh, well, you need to take this estrogen because, you start playing a tug of war with your hormonal system. And the things they typically don't expound on, I guess you would say, or tell you, or just straight out lie, however it comes across, is like, hey, you start on testosterone replacement therapy, it's extremely difficult to get off. You may have to be on that for the rest of your life. One, and two, well, now you have your erection. That's great. Can't have any children. Devil. That's no. I wouldn't recommend that at all. There are, just being healthier, your testosterone level is going to return unless you have a specific illness. So I would highly suggest you rethink. If you're already started, take a look at it. Can you try to figure out how to start backing off of it because it can be problematic for you in the long run. 42. Yeah. We can, you're probably at 100 to 200 nanogram per deciliter for your testosterone. Yeah, getting up to 500, 600, 700, that should be your mission. Trying to do it as naturally as possible. Make sure. Hey, Nikki, can you put in a link to the testosterone testing kit for those guys who want to test their testosterone? We've partnered with a company that they'll mail you a testing kit. You can test your testosterone to see where you are. That's a great thing to do on an ongoing basis if you're trying to improve it instead of worrying about going to the doctor, because the doctor every time is going to be like, hey, I got something to stick in your body, to a pill to take. It's like, this is not magic formula time. This is if you have problems with your testosterone, it's time to pay attention to your diet, pay attention to your sleep, pay attention to your exercise, do all the things, look at as many videos as I have as possible, because if you get on that, you're going to be you're going to have problems later on. Thanks, Nikki. I appreciate that. How long does it usually take to get from level 6 to level 8? If you do everything correctly and your age is around 30. If you're doing everything correctly, it's going to actually be pretty quick. Your body responds measurably fast. If you're doing fasting, you're doing intermittent fasting, your testosterone levels go up roughly 200%. If you're eating plant-based, your testosterone levels are going up. If you're getting sleep, put it like this. If you don't sleep for 4 days, you're damn near going to die. That's how important sleep is. So if you're getting the sleep that you need, your testosterone levels are going up. You have less stress, your testosterone levels are going up because you have less cortisol going throughout your body. So doing those right things is pretty quick. I would almost say 2 weeks. Yeah, and you can use the testosterone kit to test and just see. Because your testosterone levels fluctuate. I won't get deep into that, but it does make a difference. You are so welcome, Donald. Herbs and alcohol. Yeah, wine. Okay, that's a good question. I'm not sure if you could expound on that for me, Juan. I want to make sure I get that right. Yeah, I hope that Ifadi07. I hope I answered that for you. Willie Gordon, what is the burn you feel from African fly under your tongue? That's the alcohol. African fly is 8 herbs strained in alcohol. It sits for a good 2 weeks. It gets the essence of all the herbs. So the alcohol is a carrier. We may come out with a glycerin formula. We're looking at that. That doesn't have the alcohol in it, but that's the burn. If that burn affects you, putting it under your tongue is the fastest for it to get into your system. But as long as it gets into your system, it's actually a tea concentrate. So you can actually put it into hot water, drink it like a tea. You put it in cold water, drink it like tea. Don't add sugar. Just don't add sugar. Okay. Thanks, Juan. Appreciate you. Have you ever heard of Obey herb, and what do you think? Nope. Sorry, Willie. That's a good one. I'll check that out. Obey Bay. No, I have not heard of that one. Hey, Nate. welcome, Nate. Okay. Once again, guys, if you're on, please help us out by hitting that like button. Please pound on that like button. We need to make sure we get that information out as much as possible. Juan asked that question. Didn't you say alcohol was bad for an erection? Yes. In excess. When you're taking African fly, a serving is a teaspoon. A teaspoon is not going to do it's not going to mess with your erections. You'll be fine. If you were trying to down a bottle of it, it'd be the expensive bottle of alcohol, but it's not necessary. So I hope that answered that one for you, Juan. Mark K, I'm not sure what is your best recommendation for recovery from PIED. I'm not sure what that is. Sex therapist from Nigeria and has products for men's health. I will make sure to check that. Obey Bay. Sounds great. I'm always for more information. There are always herbs, just over 2,500,000, 250,000 edible plants on this planet. So, we know the ones that are in our formula. There's some other things. I'm not a hater on any herbs. Let's get the herbs out there. Okay. Nathan, before I answer your question, let me go ahead and do this right quick. Once again, please hit the like buttons. Also, we are on every Thursday evening, starting at 9 p.m. Glad you could join us here. We also release videos every Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when we go live to answer the questions from that video in the evening. And what I'm going to be doing next week, we're looking at releasing a group coaching. We're going through the process of setting it up right now so that I can talk to you guys. We're going to do a Zoom maybe twice a month. And with that, we'll be able to dive deeper because it is a situation where you learn from other people. Because if you're younger, you're gonna find out from myself, some of the older guys, and there's some of the things to look out for, some of the things that are coming down the pike. If you're if you're older, you can get reminded by by the young guys. Like, oh man, yeah, you can do that. Hey, I remember when I used to be able to do that. You can still do it. You can still do it. Mike Clemens, hey, good evening to you too, sir. So yeah, please look out for the next video. Next week we'll be announcing, how you can get into it, giving you the sign up and all this other kind of stuff. Try to get in as quickly as possible. We have 142,000 subscribers on this channel, so I want to make sure we limit it to the spots. We're trying to say 12. I can see already that 12 is not going to be sufficient. So we're going to try to get as many people as possible in there. All right, so there was a couple of questions I wanted to make sure I got. Nathan the Noob, what are your thoughts on NoFap? Is it good or bad to abstain from masturbation? Actually did a video on that. So make sure you check out that video. But really quick, the thing about masturbation is that you want to have sex. That's all that is to it. And that's healthy. That's the only thing we're on this planet for, is to replicate. Society and everything else, that just makes it easier for us sometimes to do that job. So you just want to have sex, you don't have a person there to do it. So it's like, oh yeah, well, I'll have. Now, when it goes too far is when you have the ability to have sex with someone and you're still masturbating. When you're taken into excess, that's when it becomes an issue. When you're like late for appointments because you're like, I got to get one out. I've talked to a lot of guys. It's real out here. Yeah. So it is, abstaining, the NoFap thing, semen retention. I mean, you're a human. That's more of a societal thing because semen retention has happened to humans all throughout history. It's just nobody around. There was no thought. Is a guy who's has erection issues at age 70. He doesn't masturbate. That's semen retention. Does that make him better? Not really. So yeah. It's do not go overboard with just about anything, but especially with masturbation. Mark K. Porn-induced erectile dysfunction. Okay. Now we get into it. All right. So that's when you go too far. When you have porn-induced erectile dysfunction, and actually, that it's gone too far, and it's not necessarily true. Erectile dysfunction means that you have a problem having an erection. If you're looking at porn and you're trying to masturbate, then you have an erection. So if you just got to the point where it's like, I'm looking at porn and I can't get an erection, well, you need to be dealing with a human. That's, the foreplay, touch, senses with a screen is 2D. Humans are, what are we, 3D, 5D? We a whole bunch of extra Ds. And so you without that sense of touch, that's what you're losing from masturbation when you're masturbating. Hey, Eddie, what's going on, man? Noticing changes that can explain munchies fatigue. Got you. What does pregnancy do to men's health? Woo! Y'all got some bangers here. Actually, it increases your estrogen level. It makes sense. It's like, where your testosterone is like, that's that drive to get the woman and then get the woman pregnant. It's like, well, nature's like, all right, now that you did that, you need to calm your ass down. Stay here, take care of the children. And so that's just a natural reaction. Guys, they've done tests on married men. Their estrogen levels are lower. The estrogen levels higher, testosterone levels are lower. It's not like a bad thing. It's just, the way nature is set up. So we don't mess things up more than we already do. So I want to make sure I say your name right. I can't do it. I finally got If I get time to join, I ordered my African fly today. Hey, thanks, brother. I appreciate it. I'm quite sure you're going to love it. If you don't, let us know. We're going to do something about it. We need for you to be healthy. We got Edmonton, Canada in the house. Let me see. Oh, there was a question about, does African fly increase penis size? Yes, it does, but you have to be doing other things. So basically, for most men, we are 20 to 30% smaller than we should be. That's because we're not getting the exercise, the sleep. We're sitting down all day. We're not getting blood flow to our penis regions. And so over a period of time, just like any, obviously your penis is not a muscle, not that type of exoskeletal muscle, but just like anything else, it's a use it or lose it situation. It can get smaller. Think about a man who's 20 and think about a man who's 80, the same guy at 20, erections, no problem. At 80, could be some problems, could have gotten smaller. So that's penis atrophy. You can lose size. So you can take African fly. You can do some techniques we have. Check out the blog at africanfly.com. We talk a lot about it there. Also have a video on that. So go ahead and check that out. Hope that answered your question. Let's see. Do you suggest getting healthy before exercising? Definitely. Definitely. Go ahead and check out, if Archie, you may have missed a video earlier today, but you can check out the video on the channel and it will, go through everything I just did earlier in this presentation. So, but definitely, you do not want to run out and start exercising like it's not a problem when it can end up being a big problem for you. Let me see. Ooh. Christian. Okay, my man, Christian. Being young and just finding out now, have high blood pressure and more than likely diabetic. We'll find out soon. But what do you do to maintain erections right now? All of this is tied in. And Christian, you definitely pay attention. You're too young for this. All of this is tied in. It's the blood pressure, the diabetes, and the erections. I can almost assume you're consuming too much meat. It's that simple. All of those things to get answered, because each one comes with a cost. You have diabetes, more than likely you have lower testosterone. You get on diabetes medication, your testosterone is going to go lower because of the diabetes medication. So if testosterone is what fuels your erection. So if you have all these things it's just going to show up in your erections. It's going to be there. One of the first people that invested in Ayers Naturals, African Fly, he had family friend who had diabetes. So he could tell the difference that it helped him, but you have to take it further, especially at your age, to make sure you don't end up in a situation where you're trying to feel like, this isn't working, that isn't working. You're all tied in together. So you just need to get healthy, man. Seriously. Hey, Jarius. Hey, what's going on? Hey, I'm glad you're here, man. Don't worry about being late. This is in the class, man. It was in class. I don't use sugar, but honey. Is honey good for you? Bernard 4K? Bernard. Yeah, the situation with honey is that it's still sugar. Your body does not need carbs. It is not an essential, let's say fat and protein is essential, macronutrient. But when it comes to carbs, your body turns whatever you eat into carbs. The issue is that we have too many carbs regardless. You're only supposed to get, depends on who you ask, 22 grams of sugar a day. It really should be down to like roughly 10, just, where you are. But your body's going to turn it into sugar anyway, glucose. So if you keep adding glucose, anything that tastes sweet is sugar to your body. So, brown sugar is molasses with sugar. That's not healthier. Honey is, produce, a product of bees. It's not meant for us to eat. So I understand why people use it. I've used it. I understand why, but it's not like a good replacement. It's not healthier. It's still high octane. It's rocket fuel for your body. It's putting rocket fuel into a regular car. You've seen kids. Give your kid a bowl of sugar. Yay, daddy! Yeah, your body does the exact same thing, except you learned how to control it. That's it. That's it. So, Mark K, best fruit for erections. I would say watermelon. Got some watermelon over there. Watermelon has a high level of L-citrulline. But the thing to remember is that the only reason why you are looking for a particular fruit to use for erections is because your health isn't there. Watermelon isn't all around the world. There are men all around the world who have no erection issues. And that's because they're eating correctly, getting their sleep and everything like that. So there you go. If you're having issues, use the watermelon. It's better to remove the issues. Got it? Hope that helped. Hey, Brandon. Okay. Thanks, Brandon. Cut down the meat from 7 days to 4 days. Yeah, keep going. The saying that you should remember is that it's not what you do some of the time, it's what you do all of the time. So, you want to cut it down from 7 days to 4 days. Keep working till you get to 3 days or to 0. So, and believe me, I understand it's a process. It took me, I'm still going through the process of removing things. And, because when you've been trained on eating meat for your entire life, there are a huge number of triggers, huge number. I work out and I come out of the place and there's a restaurant I used to go to back in the day. And it's like, it sings to me. It's like, oh man, you just worked out. You can get that bacon and egg and get some sandwich. Yeah, it could call to you, but it's go through the process. Just keep adding fruits and vegetables to your body. You will, things just get better. All right. Apparently now I need to learn some Spanish. I appreciate you. I just can't. I don't know what you're saying. What can I use to replace sugar on my coffee? I would recommend stevia. It's in most stores now. Do not go overboard with stevia. Stevia is it's a sweetener. It has an acquired taste. Just a little aftertaste, something to it. But you add it to coffee. You can work it out. You can work it out. Energy drinks and coffee, good or bad for erections? Sugar is bad for erections. Energy drinks have a lot of sugar. And caffeine causes your body to just, it's a stimulant. And, there are situations where I've added African Flatter coffee and it was like, oh, wow, this is get a lot of energy. But if you're adding sugar to that, this is black coffee. You add sugar, you add the cream to it, then, your testosterone levels are going to go down. So I hope that answers your question there, Nathan. Seedless watermelons, not good. Yeah. My trainer, L, he's saw my seedless watermelon and got mad. He's like, I'm getting you some watermelon with the black seeds in it. It's like, all right, cool. It's just available. I understand the whole GMO argument and everything, but it's fruit that's available. So obviously you want to get the best quality possible. Let me see. All right. Thanks, Juan. Alvaro. Hey, thanks for being on, Alvaro. Thanks, Juan, for helping out. Trucker Dave. Ranch on my salad, bad. Ranch dressing. Yeah, it is. And I understand because dressings, salads can be dry. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that wetness. But if you're putting ranch on there, today's ranch isn't even close to what ranch was just a few years ago. So, gigantic factory of goop. There isn't anything. When you say ranch, it used to have some vegetables and stuff in there. It just has specks in there now. I've never been a ranch fan, and it wasn't good. There are a lot of things that people don't do with salads. Maybe I'll do a show about salads because my salads, I got seasoning. I got prop. Can you give me that one right there? Yep. Let me show you guys what I do with salads. Yeah. I'm putting all of it, not all of it, but I'm adding on, different seasonings to my salad. Parsley, bay leaves, chives, all these different things. It's an attempt to make it taste better. They're leaves. They can be tasty. Your body can get used to it, but it's important, if you're going to eat salads, just stop playing around with it. You can add stuff to it, add beans to it. Someone in the comment section earlier today had said something about salads just being boring. That's because you're allowing it to be boring. Go into a good grocery store and you'll see fruits and vegetables that you've never tasted before. Go taste them. They're there. I have to get some leeks. I'm not sure what leeks. I've tasted leeks before, but I've never made leeks. There's things that I haven't made before that are great for you. So yeah. Get some flavor to your salad. Don't get boring with the salad. Don't add. It's blue cheese, ranch, Thousand Island. All of that stuff is just so processed. You can do this the oil and vinegar. Yeah. Make it taste good, man. Make it taste good. Corey Mustard. Montezuma's Secret? Nah, man, you guys are coming up with some things on here. Obey Bay and Montezuma's Secret. All right, no, I'm not familiar with that. Vinaigrette on the salad. Anything lighter. The thing I don't want you to do is think like that salad has to be nasty. Sometimes people are like, I'm going to eat a salad, so it has to be perfect. And it's like, well, no. You didn't do that when you were looking at that Big Mac. Where they put that Thousand Island sauce on Big Mac, which is relish, relish, mayonnaise, and ketchup. Yep. Thousand Island sauce. Yeah. So people put that on their salad. You want it to taste good, but just don't go overboard. Trucker Dave, I got you, man. We're going to do a show about salads. Yeah, we're going to add some fruit. Yes, you can add fruit to your salad. Oh, man, there's so many things you can do. Brandon, what supplements for watermelon? Just a watermelon. I'm not sure what you mean. Okay. I have got to learn how to speak Spanish. Wow, you guys are pushing me today. I love it. Is seafood considered a meat? Would becoming a pescatarian be healthy? No. Becoming a pescatarian would not be healthy. Anything that used to be alive that is now dead is dead. It doesn't matter if it was swimming, flying, jogging, crawling. If it moved and it stopped, you have to process it. And when you consume it, it is dead. It is going to do, all of it's going to do the same thing in just different ways. So, whether you're eating salmon and salmon takes longer to affect your body than it does, let's say, a cow, it's still going to do the exact same thing because your body cannot process the meat. Your body's like, oh, it's going to stick to the sides of your veins. It's going to cause all types of issues with your hearts, with your erections, et cetera, et cetera. So and also the thing to consider is that because of the over farming that we're doing, we're actually polluting the ocean. So in the ocean, there's a lot of mercury. So different, it's like which fish has the least amount of poison. Doesn't matter. It's poison. You don't look for the least amount of poison. You just avoid the poison. Okay. Hope that answers that. What's the best natural herbs you would recommend to use to improve ED? African fly. There are the reason why we use African fly. We combine the herbs just so there's a balance to them. There are obviously several other herbs that could work. Ashwagandha. Some of them just skipping my mind right now, all the way down to ginseng. Cinnamon is a mild aphrodisiac. So there are a bunch of herbs out there. The thing to remember, though, is that it is a supplement. It's supposed to supplement the other things that you're doing. If you're thinking that I'm just going to take an herb and sit there with my a 40 and a donut, it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. So, yeah, I know. I was upset when I found out. Heesh. Energy drinks, bad for you, Stanley. I did talk about that just a little bit ago. I'm not going to go fully back into that, but energy drinks have way too much sugar, way too much caffeine. They're going to cause you problems. Awkward question is, there's no awkward questions here, man. We all grown. Is porn in moderation healthy? To a point, yeah. And the reason for that is blood flow. It's like you're sitting down all day long. We wear drawers now. we don't walk out in the sunshine hanging free. So we don't get blood flow to our penis. And masturbation gets blood flow to your penis. It comes with that societal issue of like, why are you doing this without a woman present? Because you want to have sex and the woman's not present. So, actually, testicular cancer is an issue. And if they actually tell you to move your balls, don't twist them. Don't do that. Torsion is horrible. But, play with your balls because, it's blood flow. So if people are upset about you being healthy, hey, that's on them. It's on you to be healthy. Corey Mars. I started using African Fly, but I got stomach cramps afterwards. I think the product is fantastic, but am I doing something wrong? I would say one, pay attention to what else you're eating at the time. Are you eating it on an empty stomach? And how are you taking it? Are you taking it directly? Are you adding it to anything else other than water? And I say this for African Fly, for any herb. If you take it and it does not seem to work for you, stop taking it. And I'm glad I'm able to answer that question for you. So yeah, pay attention to how you're taking it, when you're taking it. If this is a continuous problem, stop taking it. We'll refund you the money. We want you to get better, not worse. That's what that's going to show. Having an erection with a cramp is got to be weird. Nah, let's not go there. Does smoking affect you still if you are an active person? Yeah, of course. You're inhaling smoke into your lungs, which are not designed to do that. If you're doing that consistently, you're going to run into health issues. Obviously, it's a carcinogenic. Any smoke going to you, whether it's weed smoke, Oregon fire smoke. I know people are upset. People are upset. No, not my weed. Yeah. Sorry. Stanley, maca root. Yeah, maca root. I have a maca powder over here right now, just testing it out. That seems to work. I mean, go ahead and test stuff, guys. Go ahead and test stuff. Yeah, smoking weed. Yeah, that is not great for you. Hey, Ricky. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and say this again. Ricky was asking about getting in contact with me. Unfortunately, Ricky, got a lot of guys. We're going to be doing group coaching. Pay attention next week, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be releasing that information. It's going to be very simple. We're just going to get on a Zoom call, try to get as many guys on as possible, a couple of times a month, just so we can go through and hit your answers. You can stay private. You can have your face on Zoom, however you feel comfortable. But we want to get get things answered. Yep. But shout out to Landover, Maryland. Feel you, brother. Used to live right over there. Okay, Stanley, but wouldn't porn mentally harm? It depends on what you're looking at, bro. I mean, the issue that we're facing now is that it's overstimulation. That's the real problem. If you're looking at something constantly, over and over and over, day by day by day, and you're not actually engaged with someone, when you get engaged with that person, in your mind, the great thing about sex is that is the most intimate. You're literally in another human. You're supposed to be present. When you're present, that's the best sex. you can't be present if you're thinking in the back of your mind, like, oh yeah, so one went in her ear, the other one went, I mean, come on. The stuff that's out there right now is too much. It's way too much. So, you know, you may be looking at stuff that's you could possibly never do in real life because normal people don't do that stuff. So you're taking it too far. And once again, that's the issue. If you're taking it too far, it's going to be problematic. I'm a disabled vet and I have to smoke sometime, but I'm in pretty good shape. What do you think about that? Not a problem. The main word in there was sometime. If you're a weed head, then you have a problem because once again, inhaling smoke, and even just having too much THC in your system is problematic. Having too much THC, that Manushkin Thunderfuck, all those incredible weed with high THC, it'll cause you problems in the long run. Dubs is beet juice good for you? That's the reason why I got it in my refrigerator right there, bro. Yes, it is very good for you. I think I answered Stanley with the maca root. Yes, definitely. Hey, Corey. Hey, not a problem. Appreciate you. Let me see. All right, guys, we're coming up over an hour. Yep. We want to go ahead and wrap this up. I really do appreciate these questions. I want to make sure that you check us out next week on Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time when we have the video coming out. I'll be announcing what we're going to be doing with the group coaching. And in the evening, I'll be back on and we'll talk about that. If you're on right now and you haven't hit the like button, please do that right now. Pound that like button. That really helps us out, gets the word out. I want to say thank you for all my people who are on. Damon's Mask Shop, Stanley, Willie. Hey, I appreciate you, Juan. Juan said you should make it 2 hours. Ooh, man. You know what? We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can. My staff is like, hey, I done worked all day today. Need a break, man. Need a break. But I love giving this information out to you. I appreciate you, Ed. I appreciate everyone here. So, hey, you got it, Damon. Hey, I hope I got to as many of your questions as possible. If do an episode about some of the healthy foods you eat. Okay. Yep. We'll be looking at that. Is seafood considered meat? Yep. We'll answer that question. Okay, good. I want to make sure I got to as many as possible. Thank you very much. We're going to go ahead and sign off. Yeah, make sure you check out AfricanFly.com. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. All this stuff. We want to stay in contact with each other, and just get these questions answered. Make sure you're as healthy as possible. You have the great life that you deserve. All right, fellas. And of course, check us out for coaching for next week. All right, cool. Thanks, guys. This is Uncle B saying peace out. See you next week. Have a good one.